Good morning. If you haven't had a chance to go to school and pick up a protractor, they are there, they are free, they are waiting for you. Try to find time this week to go pick up a real protractor. A real protractor at school looks like one of these. And we're going to use protractors to start measuring angles and understand how to describe different things that we see using those angles. So for today, we kind of want to conquer 90-degree angles and 45-degree angles. When you look at how I've written 90 and 45, that little tiny circle there means degree. So the way that I made a protractor was I put a plate, a small plate, on a piece of paper, and I traced around it. You can see I've got orange going around this. After that, I had to cut out the circle. The more careful you are when you cut out the circle, the better this is going to be. Once the circle has been cut out, fold it like a taco. I was trying to figure out if this is hamburger or hot dog, but it was a circle, which is the same every way. And, I guess folding it taco kind of makes sense. A circle has 360 degrees. When you fold it in half, you've hidden half of the degrees. You've got 180 degrees left in the circle. Starting over on this side, you might count those degrees all the way to this side, and that would be 180 degrees. Fold it again so that it looks like a fat piece of pie. Okay, now we've done 180 degrees folded in half. That gives us 90 degrees. And I know it's going to be 90 degrees. Look at that angle right there. See how that's a perfect corner? That's going to be a 90-degree angle. Okay, I folded it a couple of times, and then I very carefully snipped the very tip. I didn't take off much at all. I just snipped the very tip, so that when I open it up, I can see that I have the taco of 180 degrees. Where I snipped the tip, left this perfect little mark here, perfect little hole. Okay, if you consider this bottom of our homemade protractor, the baseline, and come straight out, perpendicular to that baseline, we're going to have a 90-degree angle. That means from here and over is 90 degrees. From here straight down and over is also 90 degrees. If I filled in all the numbers on the protractor, I could start with 0 right down here in the corner, get halfway, and notice that I have a crease, get all the way to 90. I can start on the other side and do the same thing. Start at 0, get halfway to 90, and then all the way to 90. How much is half of 90? Half of 90 is 45. So I'm going to go ahead and mark in that I've got 45 and 45 degrees. That means if I'm using this to measure, from the baseline to here is 45 degrees. From here to the top is another 45 degrees, which makes 90 degrees. Same thing on this side. 0, 45, 90. Could I fold this more? Certainly, and I'd end up halfway between 0 and 45. I'd end up halfway between 45 and 90. Same thing on this side. So, I'm sorry I put this slide in sideways, but I couldn't figure out how to rotate it. That's what it looks like. And that little mark right there is not really a mark, it's where I cut the very tip off. That's going to be the hole that would happen on a protractor. On a regular protractor, see how that hole is? And we always want to line that hole up with the vertex. What's the vertex? It's where two lines come together to make an angle. So what if I have something like this muffin box, and I want to know, are there 90-degree angles on the face of this muffin box? Well, I held my hand up there to just kind of quick eyeball it, and when I have my thumb sticking straight out and my pointer finger up, I'm trying to make a 90-degree angle with my hand, and the box corner kind of matches that. So I'm thinking it's probably a 90-degree angle. There should be one slide in there. Okay, I used the protractor that I made, and I lined it up with the bottom of the box. When I lined it up with the bottom of the box, the 90 appeared right up at the top. This is a terrible picture. I apologize. Here's a box. Is this going to be a 90-degree angle? Probably. If not, it'll be close. If I use my homemade protractor, I can line up that little opening with the corner of the box. I can float the bottom of the protractor right there at the bottom of the box so that they match, and I can see that the side of the box is going up to 90. Well, what if I have an angle that's different from 90? Can I use the homemade protractor to deal with that? I can. If I just have an angle like this and I go, that's not 90. If I put my hand here and kind of eyeball it, I can see it's not 90. But I can use the protractor to measure that angle and see that it's, 45. Where the two lines come together, they're in that little tiny vertex there. Where the line is sticking out of that angle, it's crossing with 45 degrees. I have a 45-degree angle from here to here, which means if I took a circle and laid it over the top of this angle, it would cover 45 of those degrees. The angle doesn't exist from here to 90. The angle exists from 0 to 45. How did that get there? All right, what I'd like you to do is make the protractor and start measuring some things in your home. You're going to need to do this and not just fake it. You're going to want to try. There's a worksheet that goes with this video. Make sure that you do the worksheet after watching this video, and have a great day, no matter what Pikachu and Pikachu's evil twin are doing.